Deontay Wilder got the heavyweight division shook. He receiving love from all type of direction. He receiving hate left and right. Lately, Tyson Fury came out and stated that the rematch between him and Wilder will take place in 2020, probably later that year. So he gonna have 2 tune-ups till then. And obviously he ducked the rematch. We all know that. And as I explained before, there's no excuse for him to sign to ESPN, even if they offered him a bag, because he could have made just as much on the contract in one fight during the rematch with Wilder. They probably would have did double the pay-per-views they did the first time, and I think he was guaranteed up to $40 million for that fight. So he turned that fight down to sign to ESPN. And just like a fighter who comes off a loss and needs to gain confidence, you fight somebody who's ranked like number 63 or some shit like that. And that's what Tyson Fury is doing. And on top of that, if you beat Wilder in a rematch and you take that WBC title away from him, now ESPN will come and offer you a bigger bag. So it was no excuse for Tyson Fury to duck the rematch. But to each your own, right? Obviously, Wilder power will put fear in any man, right? But at the end of the day, it's one thing to duck a man and give him credit and move on, but it's another thing to duck somebody and try to flip it around. You know, he out here with Nelson talking about Wilder need to step up to the plate. He gonna have to step up to the plate and fight Tyson Fury again. It's like, what is you talking about? Like, you gotta be more credible. You gotta be more responsible with what you say. I mean, you're not just being a fan. You're not just a fan if you say something silly. It's all good and dandy. Nah, you're a reporter. Tyson Fury out there is a fighter. You can't be saying silly shit when you duck the man. You duck the rematch. Wilder lowballed himself, like I said. Like Wilder himself said, he shouldn't have gave Tyson Fury a 50-50 split. We all know that. Tyson Fury wasn't worth no 50-50 split with Wilder, but Wilder gave it to him anyways, just to make the fight happen. And he did the same thing on a rematch. And the first time they fought, look at Tyson Fury. When you watch the highlights, everybody thought Wilder was gonna smash the dude. And even casual fans who didn't know nothing about boxing, they look at Tyson Fury's shape, they like, oh hell no. This dude came to receive an L. He's just here for a payday, basically. But on a rematch, obviously the fight gonna be twice as big. Fury is in shape. People already seen Fury in a ring with Wilder, so now they believe in him. You know what I'm saying? So Fury ducks that and goes, and now he talking about Wilder, he gotta get in a ring with me, and Nelson saying that. It's so silly and so retarded for somebody to say such thing when you know the man just ducked Wilder. What are you talking about? Wilder gotta come see him. Why? Wilder don't gotta do a damn thing. If Wilder becomes the unified champion or the undisputed champion at the heavyweight division, if he get the Anthony Joshua fight, then Fury ain't gonna get no 50-50 split anymore. He lucky if he get 30% split. Like I said before, Wilder is the one who initiated the rematch. Tyson Fury had flashback of the knockout. He didn't want that smoke anymore. And you got Dillian Whyte on the other hand talking about the knockout wasn't impressive. You know, anybody will have a record like that and highlight knockout reel like that against opponents that's not proven, which is so hypocrite to say, because he's better than the last opponent you fought, Dillian Whyte. You had a rematch with somebody that arguably beat you the first time with 7 losses, and then you was losing the fight till like the 11th round. So at least Breazeale fought somebody undefeated before fighting Wilder. You know what I mean? So Dillian Whyte hate for Wilder gotta stop. I mean, he gonna end up having the same fate as Stavern and Breazeale. The way he talking, I mean, Dillian Whyte, what I don't understand about him, Wilder told him, you beat Ortiz, you get a title shot. He ducked the Ortiz fight and turn around and acting like Ortiz is ducking him. It's like so silly. And then Wilder also told him, look, if you out here trying to maneuver your way, at least sign with hey man, I ain't trying to work with Eddie Hearn. And we all know why that is, because Eddie Hearn out here protecting Anthony Joshua. So that's why Wilder don't want to work with him, because he out here talking all sort of crap about Wilder, making up all type of lies. And since Dillian Whyte is a free agent, why don't you sign with Heyman for a fight or two, like I said? Because why you still with Barry Hearn, who said and mentioned slave contracts, but you still with that guy? And Dillian Whyte know as well that Eddie Hearn and his team are biased toward Anthony Joshua. So you want the Anthony Joshua as well, but you're still with that same team that you feel like they not on your side. You know what I'm saying? So why not go to Heyman and make that fight happen? Why not fight Ortiz if he's old and he's not relevant anymore? But them comments don't bother me as much, because you just look foolish saying such silly things that the knockout is not impressive when the knockout speaks for itself. Is the knockout of the year. But what bothered me is definitely Nelson speaking on Tyson Fury situation and saying that Tyson Fury, Wilder's gonna have to come see him. I mean, it's like, really? The guy just ducked Wilder, but you out here talking out of your ass. It's just silly, retarded. I can't even make up a word for it. Like I said, you got to be responsible with what you say. And that's why most of the news in the UK is not credible, because of people like Nelson, who let Tyson Fury come and have an interview or so, and then just make up all type of BS and trying to make it's like they living in their own little world, like a fantasy world. Like, man, wake up, man. This is reality. Like I always say, subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't, and listen to these casual ass fans. And y'all know what's up. Deontay Wilder got shot shook.